What is going on, Buff Nation? We have a special one for you guys today. We have a 2026 cornerback that has received an offer from the Colorado Buffs, Jalen Seatbelt Waters. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have him on today to discuss all things Colorado. Again, he just received an offer from that, an up-and-coming cornerback in this 2026 class. It's going to be exciting stuff, man. Jalen, I appreciate you joining the show, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, and you?
I am doing well, man. I appreciate you. I've got your Instagram down below. Is it's at Wallers with the one, or Waters with the one instead of the T? Is that correct? So they can go ahead and follow you on Instagram and keep up with you?
Yeah, that's my Instagram.
Okay. Fantastic stuff, man. Well, look, I do want to talk. Obviously, you're a 6'2 cornerback out of Florida. They're around that Tampa area. Your offers have started to flood in here in the last couple of months. I know Florida was a big one, Ole Miss, Colorado, USC. You just recently visited Florida. I do want to get your thoughts on that because that was your first, I would say, big visit out of like the Ole Miss, the big Power 5 schools. How was that visit, and do you have one set up for Colorado in the near future?
The Florida visit was good. We actually did a lot. I had a lot of conversation with Will Harris and Billy Nip actually sat down to talk to me when I went in his room. Um, I love the facility, but one thing about Colorado is just me getting up there. I'm supposed to be trying to get up there this spring for sure. So I'm gonna try to get up there in spring. Yeah, in spring.
Okay, in spring. So, I mean, just imagine during that spring practice, they just hired a new defensive coordinator, so probably, get in, get a chance to meet him, see what's going on. Obviously, again, the intrigue of Colorado, everything going on out there, just how exciting it is. A big question mark is obviously the weather. Is that something, being a Florida boy, that is a reason for you not to go, or is that just kind of, hey, no big deal around here, let's rock and roll? Say, lock in the
It's not
seatbelt.
a big deal because my end goal is to go to NFL, and like I'm gonna be playing around everywhere really in the NFL. So like the cold really not gonna be a big deal for me.
I love that. That's it, right? It's like people try to make it a big deal. I mean, during the season, it's not that cold anyways, but it's definitely always a point of emphasis of like, hey, why head out there? What is it again? Receiving that offer from Colorado, how was that for you when you received that offer? And were you really excited to get a chance to go out, speak with Coach Prime, speak with the staff, and how do you see yourself being a part of that team?
Well, it was really exciting for me because it's Colorado and it's Deion Sanders. But do I? You said do I fit in there like off? Do I fit in there? You said do I fit as like a Colorado like type of guy?
Yeah, I was asking more so, how do you see yourself fitting into that scheme? Do you see yourself being being an impact into the scheme of what is at Colorado currently?
Um, when I was watching them, they run a lot of man, and I'm a really like a man type of corner. Like zone kind of like a weakness, but like man, I just like know how to move my feet on the line, stuff like that, and etc. So I do love their scheme, and I do feel like I can fit in their scheme for sure.
So I got your stats pulled up here. Actually, that was my face. Look, 17 solo tackles. This was your sophomore year stats for anybody that's knowing. So a big jump for you. And again, if you look at when your offer started to come in, they've really flooded in this beginning of the year from, again, these Power 5 schools. So although right now you're not kind of on these radars, you're starting to get those big time offers, which obviously leads to the big ones coming next. What are some schools that may have not offered you yet that could lead the way if they were to come in later on?
LSU for sure, Ohio State for sure.
Okay.
Um, and I would say probably yeah, just them, Ohio State and LSU.
And what is it about those two schools that really intrigue you, or that would be, hey, those, if those two offer, those are going to be in the top three for sure?
Because one of them is Corey Raymond. He was one of the best, and he just went back to LSU. He was at Florida. He just went back to LSU. And then with Ohio State, they just produced one of the best DBs.
Sure. Okay. So Corey Raymond then was, I'm assuming, a heavy part of the Florida connection then, and then obviously he's now moved to LSU. So that relationship's still there. Corey Raymond is a known great recruiter and has had great relationship building over the last years. And again, he's a certified a killer, doing some great things and alongside Ohio State. Obviously, what Coach Prime can bring to the table, somebody who played the game. So, what is it that excites you about having the potential or possibility to go playing for Coach Prime in Colorado?
Well, it's just like he played in my shoes, so it would be easier for me to ask some more questions, and then I'll just be like, my game will probably translate to his game since I'm learning from him. So and he played up to a high level in the NFL. So me just playing in high level in college, that'll make it easier for me to, need to do what I need to do on the field and actually go to the NFL for sure.
And who was your, I mean, growing up in Florida, I know on our previous channel, you spoke about kind of your dad has a gator tatted on his arm. Was that your favorite team growing up as well? Or did you kind of, we were speaking earlier to my little brother, you guys actually played each other in 7-on-7. We're all, we have our fans, but when you play the game, it's hard for you almost in a sense to be a fan because you're so focused on playing. You just want to go play somewhere that's going to be best suited for you. But do you have a team that you cheer for growing up, even though again you have your different options now?
I used to love Bama for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad always just was a Gator fan. I used to hate him because like how big of a fan he was.
I love it. So you didn't mention Bama in that list. Are they still on there if they were to send you an offer as well, or because of Saban stepping away, it's not as maybe appealing as it once was?
That would be something too, because Nick Saban was real touchy with the DBs too. And I just don't know like the new coaching staff. Like they had flew down to my school about 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and I had met the head coach and I had met like the offensive coordinator, DB coach, and stuff like that. But I just don't have that relationship.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That makes sense. So but again, I guess it just depends on how they were to come in after the fact and create a new relationship with you to see how that would play out. So, look, have you had any outside of the offer, any other contact with Colorado? Have you been in constant contact? And what coach sent you that offer and had that initial connection to you?
The coach that sent me an offer was Coach Rob, but I haven't talked like he. So one of the coaches came down to my school about 2 weeks ago too. This was around recruiting time. He had came down to my school and he brought me out of class and he was basically like he loved my film, he loved what I could do on the field, and he was gonna get my film up to the DB coach. And about like probably before I went to USC, I think it was the same weekend. I had got a call that I had got offered from Colorado, and they said it was my coach said it was Coach Raw.
Wow, that's incredible. So we've got USC, we've got Old Miss. I'm going to kind of name the big ones here. Penn State was based on this year kind of the first big initial offer from Power Five. Texas is on there as well. We know what they've been doing in recruiting. Does Texas intrigue you at all, or they're just kind of on the list as of now? Because I mean, they're feel like anybody they want, they're getting at this moment.
Texas on the list for sure too. It's really everybody on the list right now. I haven't really made it like that
Sure, it's
decision.
a little early to make a call. Look, I'm not having you pick these schools. That would be crazy. I haven't even visited half of them yet. So we'll continue to see how this year goes. What are some goals for you heading into your junior year? Again, 2026. It seems far. It seems so far into the future, but your high school flies. I'm sure, as you can already know, it is. It's flying by already. You're already heading into your junior year, and that's really where things are going to heat up. What are some personal goals for you to really separate yourself into that next tier of cornerbacks?
Well, just me just being like me being more consistent. Last year I really wasn't consistent because I had injuries. I
Hmm.
had I had tore my hip, I think it was, and I wasn't like really consistent on the field. I was in and off the game. So really just me trying to be more consistent and actually like watching more film. That plays a big part too. Knowing the play before it comes to me.
Sure, just being able to kind of float around there and not having to think so much. I love that. Who is somebody that you inspire to be like in the NFL currently that you watch all the time on the regular? Like that's the guy I want to try to emulate into my next part of my career.
Mark Gardner.
Sauce Gardner.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. He's an exciting player to watch currently, and that's it's a great person to look up to as of now. I mean, he's a blast, and being able to kind of watch him behind the scenes on Hard Knocks, it's been fun to watch that from Cincinnati, if I'm not mistaken. Right, that's the college you went to, right? Good stuff.
Cincinnati.
What's that?
Yeah, I said yes, sir. Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, they were producing some studs at one point. Now, obviously, with Fickle, he's off to Wisconsin. Not so much anymore. So we got LSU, Wisconsin, obviously the two big dogs. Look, I mean, I would see with what you've got going on, and we watched the film a little bit earlier. Again, watching that film, it's hard to believe that you are a sophomore. You look so comfortable, and it's like you've been doing this for a very long time. Do they make you play on both sides of the ball in high school? Typically, the most athletic kid, right? They're just kind of thrown everywhere when it comes to high school. I know you play in a little bit of a more of a, I would say, experienced high school where the players, you're not kind of just moving around. Or are you more just safety cornerback or just cornerback?
Well, this year he's trying to move me to wide receiver, play offense side of the ball. He's
Really?
trying to see if I, you know, get on the offense side of the ball. But defense wise, I was mainly boundary corner, boundary.
Okay. What's your thoughts on possibly flipping over to the offense?
It would be easier for me because I know, like, I played DB before, so it would be easier for me to, run routes and stuff like that.
You know your enemy. You know how to shake and bake them. That's right. So, and obviously, I mean, if you must have great hands, then if they're considering you for that, would you prefer to play one or the other, or wherever you just, hey, if you put me here and it works out and I excel, I'm happy with it. I just want to do what's best for the team and best for myself and moving forward.
Yeah, that's what I told my coach. I just told him anything y'all need me to do, like, it's anything. Like, it was just one game where the same game I got hurt. I told him, I'm like, Coach, I can't really play, but anything you need me to do, like, I can get in the game and play.
I love that. I love hearing that, man. I just, again, speaking to you, just for the last 15, 20 minutes, you're an incredible young kid, man. I'm excited to see how your future goes. I was telling you, too, before the show started, I imagine you'll match up with my little bro from time to time over the next 2 years. So I'm going to definitely be keeping in touch, keeping tabs on you. We'll love to have you back on the show as your recruiting, goes along and furthers into your career on where you decide to go, man. But I really do appreciate you hopping on here again. An absolutely incredible young man. It's going to be a blast to see how your career goes. Let them know where they can follow you, though. I know that down below is Instagram. Are you on Twitter or anywhere else they can keep up with you?
Just Twitter and Instagram.
Okay. And is the same thing on Twitter then?
On Twitter it's Waters_Jalen.
Okay. Well, Jalen, have a fantastic junior season. I hope all things work out for you, my man. And I appreciate you. I'll see you.
All right, thank you.
Hope you guys enjoyed that interview with Jalen Carter. Be sure to give him a follow on Instagram and Twitter to keep up with his journey throughout recruiting. Once he gets a visit to Colorado, we'll definitely reach back out, see if we can get him on to discuss that visit, see how incredible it was. But be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.